Fiance keeps playing mind games with me, but today she crossed the line. Am I wrong for breaking off my engagement with her? A bit of backstory. I 25M have been in a relationship with my now fiance, Sarah 22F for 3 years. I work in the sales department, I make good money, I support both of us, and also pay for her education, but my job is very stressful. She is the daughter of my mother's childhood friend. They always wanted their kids to get married but never pushed us or said anything, but somehow we liked each other and fell in love. After dating for 2 years, I proposed to her 1 year ago. We agreed to get married after her graduation. However, Sarah has a bad habit. She likes to play mind games with me and see my reaction. If she doesn't like the reaction, she gets angry or sad. She asks questions like, hey, what if I am unable to intimate physically for the rest of my life and unable to have children? Will you still marry me? I try to answer emotionally or make her happy, but she always forces me to answer rationally and expects me to be honest. But if I give her a rational answer, she gets mad or sad, saying I only love her because of her body and I only want her for physical intimacy. I understand that marriage is not about physical intimacy only. Love, trust, patience, intimacy, everything is needed to make a marriage work, otherwise, it can't last. She makes these fake scenarios, wants me to answer rationally, but gets angry when I do so. She does this once or twice a week. I tried to talk to her, saying, babe, please. I hate these questions. I can understand stupid ones like, would you love me if I was a worm? But these questions are serious, and I can't handle these extra dramas. I really love you, but I just want to relax and spend some quality time with you after work. Recently, she crossed a line. One of my coworkers was badly R-worded by some drug addicts, and she was in the hospital for a week. The boss gave her PTO for 2 months. She and her husband both broke down emotionally. She is scared to even see a man, and her husband can't tolerate the pain she is in. I took him to a bar a few times, every time he cried because of what happened to her and how he failed to protect her. Their marriage is falling apart. Sarah knew everything about these events. So a few days ago, after I came back from work and was relaxing on the sofa, she came to me and out of nowhere brought up my co-worker's story and asked me, babe, will you still love me if I get R-worded and unable to come close to you for years? Will you still love me? My answer was yes, I will be there for you. But she kept pushing, like what if they made me pregnant? What if they injured me there? I was getting more and more annoyed and angry because rape is one of the biggest tragedies that can happen to a woman. The horror and terror of it are impossible for a person to imagine. For her partner, it is also horrifying and extremely depressing to see her in such a vulnerable state. But she somehow created this scenario and wants me to give her a rational answer, but I can't because I never experienced such horror, and I never want to be in that position, and I honestly don't know how I would handle the situation. But she kept testing my patience. After that, I said I was done. I took off my engagement ring and said I am done with you. I work 12 hours a day, but I still try to find time to do something for you. I try to buy you flowers, take you out on dates, try to buy everything you ask, cook for you often, and do everything I can to make you happy. All I ask for in return is peace and positive energy. I can't take these games anymore, and I can't apologize every time for some fake scenario you created in your head. I can't handle that extra stress. I walked out of my house. She kept screaming at me and crying loudly. I am currently staying at my mom's home. She kept calling me and texting me, I didn't answer. I honestly can't handle her right now. I am tired, stressed, angry, and depressed all at once. Am I wrong for breaking up the engagement for this reason? Edit. Thank you guys for all of your kind words. I will keep it in mind moving forward. There will be a family meeting with her family tomorrow. She won't be there, but I want to talk to her family. Her mom and her father already talked to me and apologized and reassured me they will support my decision if I decided to break up. Both of our family have almost 30 years of friendship, and our moms are friends since their teenage years, and they won't let that break because of her. I will update you guys about the meeting. Edit 2. This blew up. Sorry, I should have added more context and backstory. I wrote this while I was sad and depressed, so I missed a few things. We started our relationship when she was 18 and I was 21. But we knew each other since birth. We were good friends. We played together. I had a crush on her when she was 16, but since she was 3 years younger than me at that time, I didn't tell her. But at her 18th birthday I confessed and she said yes. We moved in together after her 20th birthday. And this drama started after that. Update. First of all, I want to thank everyone for your amazing love and support. I didn't expect this to get this many responses and attention. I was in a bad situation and wanted some support, but I got more than I could ever expect. So, we finally had that family meeting. Sarah's mom, dad, her aunt, uncles, and grandma all came to my home. Sarah came too, but they told her to stay in the car. We had a long discussion. I explained everything that's been happening about the what if questions and how she got upset with my answers. They were very supportive. They always treated me like their own son, and today was no different. After I expressed my anger and depression, they said if Sarah could come in because she wanted to say something. They said she was completely broken down and never expected I would actually walk out like this. She didn't eat, showered, or did anything in the last 48 hours. She came in, and it was true, her eyes were bright red, messy hair, and she was in the same dress I left her in. She cried and wanted to come towards me, but her mom stopped her, and she made her explain why she would do such things and never gone to any therapy or even considered that. I won't bore you with every detail because she was crying and sobbing while speaking. But to summarize, a lot of you were right, she was way too young to get married, and she never really grew out of our childhood friendship. She used to do pranks, throw cold water at me, or say stupid things to embarrass me when we were kids. The reason for those, what if, questions was to irritate me, but she never realized her questions turned from stupid stuff to horrifying questions. She never expected me to be this much traumatized by it because to me, this was a real relationship turning into marriage, but in her mind, she was dating her childhood friend and started to live with him. Both of our parents apologized to me because they were so happy about our relationship that they forgot she might not be ready to be married at all. She is young, and this is her first relationship as well, just like me. After hearing all of this, my anger calmed down a bit, but the damage was already done. And by looking at Sarah, I can say she realized it too. I've never seen her this much broken down ever in my life. But I wasn't ready to go back, and her parents didn't beg or force me either. But she said she was ready to do anything I asked, she will do anything to get me back. This was a wake-up call for her, and she realized what she had done. So I said the marriage is off the table now. At first, she needs to go to therapy. And after she is done, we will see if we can give this relationship another chance. She agreed to everything and said she will work hard to make this relationship work because she does not want to lose me. Now, a lot of you may get angry at this decision of mine. But I've given this a deep thought. Because she was always loyal to me, she loved me, cared for me, and did everything a wife does. But the problem was her mind games. But if what she says is true, I believed it was true since the explanation makes sense, then I want to give this relation another chance too. I want this to work, but this time I will take it very slow. Both of us need to improve. We were going at 100 miles per hour, now I will just take one step at a time and see if I can make this work. If not, I can always back out. Wish me luck everyone, and thank you again for your support and love. Second story. Am I wrong for saying my girlfriend's male friend cannot be, like a brother, to her because they hooked up in the past? Basically the title. I've been with my GF for little under a year, and she has a male friend. I asked about their friendship and she called him, like a brother. And that was that. Yes, I was feeling a bit insecure but I let it go. Fast forward a bit, and one of her friends mentioned that they hooked up once. He was drunk, basically saying how secure I was for being cool with their friendship. When me and my GF get some time, I asked her about it and she confirmed it. I told her she basically lied to me saying that he's like a brother, but she says it was a one-time thing, and he's like a brother now. I mentioned that once you fuck, you can't call someone like a brother because you don't fuck your brothers at all. Well, at least it's not acceptable where we live. Am I wrong here? Update. So I had a talk with my GF once my head got cleared. I told her it felt deceitful to call this guy her brother. I told her that when I asked her about their friendship, that I meant if there was any romantic or sexual history. I told her I was sorry for not being clear. My GF apologized too. She said that it makes sense, that's what I meant. And she didn't mean to be misleading. She just forgot about hooking up with him. She says it's just not something she associates with him anymore. She doesn't think of him as a guy she slept with once, she thinks of him as her friend. But she still says she should have been clear too. She says that she only wants me and that she's sorry for the misunderstanding. I told her I was sorry for overreacting and being insecure. Update 2. My GF lied about their history. Ever since we made up, my GF has been acting weird. I tried asking her what's wrong but she would dismiss it. She also stopped inviting me out with her friends as much. She told me it was because she just wanted some space between us. I had a really bad feeling, so I talked to the friend that told me about my GF's and her friend's history. He said he was sorry, and it wasn't his business. I started asking him more questions though, and he eventually said they actually hooked up multiple times. My GF said it was a one-time thing. I talked to my GF about, and she was annoyed at first for bringing this up, but I asked her about how many times they hooked up, and she sighed. She then told me that they were friends with benefits for a few years, but nothing else. I asked her why did she lie about this, and she said that it wasn't a big deal, and knew that my ego wouldn't be able to handle it. I'll be honest, I don't know if my ego could handle it or not, but the fact that she lied to me about this until was just too much for me. I could buy her for getting a once-in-a-time hookup, but friends with benefits for years. Even if she forgot before, when I talked to her about, she wouldn't have mentioned it. At this point, I just can't trust her anymore. So I broke up with her. I feel so damn stupid, and tried to be the secure person, but she still lied to me.